Oil Stadium, the house that Peyton Manning built. In the places Peyton Manning played, Denver and Indianapolis, the Broncos on the road taking on the Colts. Anthony Richardson welcoming Bo Nix into town. And we are set for another battle of unbeatens as the Denver Broncos got it done last week at home in dominant fashion. Bo Nix with a 5-passing touchdown afternoon against the Tennessee Titans. As for Indianapolis, a little bit more scrappy, but the rookie Tyler Warren was the biggest guy on the field when it came to the commitment for the offensive end. Ended up getting the job done, 21-10 victory in a gritty game against the Miami Dolphins. Back-to-back home games for Indy, back-to-back big-time games for Indy as they look for a statement win against a playoff team in front of the home crowd as we are underway with a Will Lutz kickoff from Lucas Oil Stadium. And a return taken for the Colts from inside the 5-yard line up to the 26. And out comes Anthony Richardson as we welcome everybody joining me here today. SM, John Zeller, Leontre, Ludium, Retro, and everybody else joining me throughout. Hope you guys enjoy what's coming up today. Pick'em split for those curious is 27-9 in favor of the Denver Broncos. Kind of shocked me a little bit. Should be a good one, though. Jonathan Taylor beginning at the 19-yard line. Gets the handoff left side, and he is met by a couple of Denver Broncos up front. Nick Bonito, a guy that was in the front running for Defensive Player of the Year for a lot of the first half of the season. Eventually overtaken. Kind of had a little bit of a fall off, but this Denver defense never did, though. Not until right around the postseason. Bronco fans once again ecstatic. Making the postseason for the first time since 2015. Pass downfield. Caught in stride. This is going to go the distance. 73 yards, and Indianapolis on the board first at home. Didn't even get a chance to catch my breath. Michael Pittman Jr. Simple vertical route. Burns his defender. Riley Moss left in the dust, and Indianapolis opening drive touchdown is accomplished. Bad time for Brandon Castellanos to come in here. Rough for a Bronco fan. Santoria needs a big game for Warren tonight. Yeah. Was that the second play? You're right, it was. Wasn't even third down yet. Was not expecting that. Nobody even got seated yet. Extra point on the way and good for Spencer Schrader. 2-play, 75-yard drive for Indianapolis. They score in the first minute. And we got a Colts fan in here. We got a Broncos fan in here. We are ready to go. Going to be an absolute blast. Never even got to introduce the defense or the offense in its entirety. Guess we'll have to wait for football to be exchanged once again. Pittman taking away scores from Warren. Looking good for you. It's true. I certainly did not expect that. A Riley Moss enthusiast, though, in shambles early on. Denver looking to respond. Bo Nix looking for another 5-touchdown passing week as he had a terrific Week 1 performance and a good return here for Denver. They will begin their march at the 27-yard line. Number 10 at the helm for Denver. Looking for consecutive playoff appearances for the first time since the Peyton Manning era. Both of these two teams in recent history forged on the back of the MVP 3 times in the National Football League. Led the Colts to their first Super Bowl, and most recently, Denver's, as Nick steps up in the pocket now, got some running room, and he will pick up 9. Not usually a dual threat guy. Can be when he needs to be, though. Bryce Young, Offensive Player of the Week. He might have to be. Quite the performance last week. But you know what? Smith-Wade might just win the Defensive Player of the Week in the NFC. What a game that was there. Bo Nix now in the shotgun after a 9-yard scamper. 5-step drop. Steps into this one. Dangerous pass. And it's knocked down. Incomplete. Good defense out in front there from Jalen Charles. Sets up a 3rd and short. Jalen Carley's, my apologies. Left outside linebacker. Broncos face the opening 3rd down from their own 36-yard line. And it's a handoff up the middle to R.J. Harvey. Here's the rookie with a first down carry. Broncos going to rely on him a lot more. And most recently, J.K. Dobbins being signed to Denver. Going to be a lot to incumbent in that offense, especially with a guy with Bo Nix's abilities with the throwing mechanics. Should be an interesting dynamic. Broncos are super excited, though, to get this diversity back on offense. Bo Nix running for his life, coughed up the football, scooped up by Indianapolis, and they are set up in business, and business is the end zone. They add to it. Touchdown, Colts. Did not think Kwity Paye would get up in time, but he goes all the way. Bo Nix with his first turnover of 2025. Zaire Franklin stripped it, and Kwity Paye does the rest. The Colts pouring it on in the opening quarter. We might be set for a bloodbath today. 2 minutes into this one, and the Colts already have 2 touchdowns. Wow. Thought Denver might set the tone a little bit there after that first down rush and get the run game going, but on first down, Bo Nix looking to throw the football. Still not offered good enough protection. Schrader knocks the extra point up and through. And the Colts up 14-0 with 7:59 to go in the opening quarter. How about that? Wow. Colt fans loving it. Broncos fans disgusted. Still plenty of football to go. Bo Nix going to have to bounce back from an early turnover. That is just our 3rd or 4th defensive touchdown this season, all of which have happened in week number 2. We had the Roger McCreary pick 6. We had the scoop and score for Indy just now. And who else had one? No, we had one more scoop and score somewhere in there. Can't remember off the top of my head. Broncos getting back to it, though, with a return up to the 26-yard line for Devon Vele. Bo Nix after the fumble, trotting back out there. Him and Josh Allen were the highest fantasy quarterbacks last week with their 5 touchdown performances. Allen already taking that crown, looking for MVP back-to-back. And a great week, too, he had in their victory against the New York Jets, 34-28. Here's Bo Nix off the play action. Sets his feet, this time well protected. Gonna fire this one to the sideline. And a hospital ball and a hat to Cortland Sutton. In double coverage, and he was mauled right around the 45-yard line. Broncos will do it again. Most total pick'em losses in a single week, possibly. Honestly, the history behind that, you're probably right. Bo Nix just off his game here early on in the first couple of minutes on the road. Colts fans helping out their defenses. Nix fires another interception. That is his 2nd turnover as he saves a touchdown at the 11-yard line. Jalen Carleys. What is Bo doing? Wow. Colts defense on the front foot early on. Across the field looking for Marvin Mims. Instead, finds Jalen Carleys for the interception. Colts getting back to it. This is wild. What's up, Julian? What up, Royal Reacts? What a game we got going on here. Can't look away for a second. No, you cannot. Another case of the whole video is the highlight. There is no need to do anything else. Colts back in business inside the 15-yard line with a handoff to Jonathan Taylor. And he'll pick up 2 on just the 3rd offensive snap today from Indianapolis. And if it couldn't get any worse, it just did for Denver. A defensive injury to Malcolm Roach. It's crazy. This is wild. 9 people of 36, by the way, picked Indianapolis. So we might be set, as John Zeller said, for another huge upset and a massive swing in the pick'em. Richardson now moving to the pistol. And he's going to take this one himself. Left side, got some daylight, got the end zone. Indianapolis ahead 20-0 in the first quarter. This is something else, man. A passing and a rushing touchdown for AR5. And the Colts ahead 3 scores midway through the opening quarter. Broncos, man. Not even midway through. We're not even a quarter way through the opening quarter. I was being generous to Denver. Holy cow. I mean, this is like Steelers-Browns playoff game type of first quarter going on right now. Absolute disaster for the Denver Broncos. Extra point for Spencer Schrader on the way and good. 21-0. Another two-play touchdown drive for Indianapolis. Chat is hating the result today, I can't lie. I almost guarantee you this game will finish within a score. I'm telling you right now, Madden does not like blowouts, not very often. This, though, I cannot say I expected. 2 minutes, 28 seconds in. 3 touchdowns scored. Man. Think it's going to be a blowout? I don't know, man. Madden 25, at least, usually keeps games consistent. Bo's got to wake up, though. They'll try to get it done, actually, on the return instead. And why not? Marvin Mims up to the 28-yard line. What up, A-Rod? What, the 2022 Minnesota Vikings that I walk into? Yeah, no joke. But can the Broncos surmount a comeback like the Vikings did on a random Saturday in December a couple of years ago? Bo Nix got to lock in his inner Kirk Cousins, if possible. Denver, negative yardage and 2 turnovers already. Bo Nix has got to get going, step it up in the pocket, taking off, picking up the first down. Maybe Denver heading in the right direction. 15-yard pickup to the 43-yard line, the furthest the Broncos have been through 3 possessions. Denver with a Minnesota miracle. Yeah, it could happen. Certainly a possibility. R.J. Harvey to the left side now of Bo Nix, who was back to pass again. Extra blitzer. Deflected pass, dangerous there for a second. Jalen Carley's looking for a second INT of the game already. Nearly had a shot there. What up, PJ Brown? Got to post these more often. I'm trying to do it daily at this point. We're going to get back to a regular schedule very soon. Nix has got 2 receivers left and right here. And he will hand this one off to his running back up to the 46-yard line. Don't think that was R.J. Harvey. No, it was not. That is Jaleel McLaughlin. Not sure how much time he's going to get in the backfield for Denver. Need my Jags to stack some wins? I think they're 1-1, right? Believe so, yeah. Denver facing another third down here from their own 46-yard line. Nix from under center. Sets his feet, fires this one wide open downfield. Got his tight end at the 40-yard line. This is Adam Troutman, the former New Orleans Saint, up to the 40-yard line. What up, Boombox Benny? Long time no see. Denver played against the 85 Bears or what? They must be. What up, Livefire? Madden disrespecting Denver. They don't like him today, that's for sure. Finally, the Broncos into enemy territory. 4 minutes into the first quarter. And we only say finally because of their deficit. Here goes Marvin Mims, though, pulling away from defenders, picking up 17. And the Broncos getting closer to their opening points here. Just got to take care of the football. It's a step-by-step process. And keep in mind they get the ball to begin the second half. You can't really blame the Broncos defense too much yet. Gave up 1 big play. That's about it, though. Nix from the empty, 5 wide for Denver, just outside the red zone. And Nix is going to get him there on the check down. Hauled in by Devon Vele. And he will take that to the 18. Crazy, crazy start we have had here today. Just now at the midway point of the opening quarter. 13, almost 14 minutes into stream. That is bonkers. Denver into the I formation for the first time today. 2nd and 5. Pitch goes right side to the rookie. R.J. Harvey cuts up the middle. Decent vision, but no help from his offensive line. He will salvage a single yard, setting up 3rd and 4. What if Madden 26 will have the correct coach for Denver? Hopefully. I mean, I can't imagine they wouldn't. I can't really do much about coaches on my end, though. It is what it is. Colts looking to force their 3rd turnover. Almost did there with a high snap and a completion. Keeps the drive going to Evan Ingram. Former Jacksonville Jaguar. Somehow a Pro Bowler with the New York Giants back in like 2020. Still will never get over that. One of the worst Pro Bowl selectees of all time. I'll get over it eventually. Marvin Mims now at the bottom of the screen here. On a 1st and 10 at the 11. Nix is going to fire his direction. Although this is Ingram on back-to-back receptions at the 6. Picks up 5 more. Denver with a slow, melodic drive here. There's a Daniel Jones sighting on the sideline, by the way. Check your bingo cards there. I did not vote him to the Pro Bowl. Cortland Sutton one-on-one, but the Broncos showing a rush here at the 6-yard line. Troutman in motion once again. And the handoff here is going up the middle. This looks like Dobbins, who dives for the end zone. The new Denver Bronco with the touchdown. I think it's JK. No, it's Audric Estime. And this is Audric Estime. Expect a 3 to 4 back rotation for Denver. Broncos finally on the board on the road. Going to be so hard to keep track of who's getting the football in the backfield. McLaughlin's had a carry. Harvey's had about 4. And that's the first of the game for Audric Estime. J.K. Dobbins should be getting some touches here sometime soon, we hope. Still a solid running back, if only he never got hurt with Baltimore. Who knows where he'd be today. Extra point on the way, and it is good for Will Lutz, another former Saint. Defense did get worn down there a little bit. Broncos don't need Dobbins. The Bears will take him honestly. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Since they didn't get Chubb, they can stack it up there. Looking forward to his debut with Houston coming up here in just a handful of days, and I'll look ahead to the remaining schedule for this week. Tomorrow night, we got the Eagles and the Chiefs, the Super Bowl rematch from Kansas City. You won't want to miss that one. And you got the Falcons, Vikings coming up on Thursday night, and then a Friday night doubleheader. Buccaneers, Texans at 8, Chargers and Raiders at 9:30. Should be a terrific evening for simulation football. Return here for Indy. Up to the 24-yard line, and Anthony Richardson trots back out there. 76-yard football field, nothing he hasn't seen before. A guy that has thrown probably the least passes of any human being to ever be in the NFL and play the quarterback position. Kelsey to play tomorrow? Hey, it's a possibility. 5 Broncos on the line of scrimmage here. They are desperate for a stop. Little RPO action caught by Pittman, and he almost broke away. Picks up 7 there on the slant. Lead cut down to 2 touchdowns here. SM smelling some more chaos. Already 28 combined points in the opening quarter. Wild to think about. Warren in action. He had a great week 1. 2 touchdowns, I believe, for the rookie tight end, looking to get back into action here. Richardson going to check it down, though, to the former VCU basketball player. That is Mo Alley-Cox. And there's your fun fact of the day. Absolute dominant big man in the Atlantic 10 Conference. Should have been a fumble. Honestly, that's valid. Coming up on 2 to go now in the opening quarter. Low snap that time. Richardson controls, steps up, and is taken down, though. John Franklin Myers got him. That is a 3-yard sack. Now the Colts score 21. Second play from scrimmage. They had a 73-yard touchdown to Michael Pittman Jr. A couple plays later on the defensive end, had a scoop and score. And then Nix threw an interception on the second Broncos drive, which set up a 2-play rushing touchdown for Anthony Richardson. Broncos, though, most recently scoring. A hectic opening, 8.5 minutes. Once again, Richardson from the pistol. Direct step, quick fire, left side open is Pittman Jr. Level, though, just short of the line to gain, as AR5 eclipses 100 passing yards already in the opening quarter. Good day to have him on your fantasy squad. A reminder, if you'd like to join the unofficial fantasy and the MSG League itself, memberships are $4.99 a month to get in on the action. Colts facing a 3rd and 1. Handoff goes to Taylor. Daylight out to his right side inside the 40-yard line. And JT getting going. They'll pick up just about a full 17 yards inside the final minute of the first quarter. Terrific vision for a veteran of the Indianapolis Colts. Poll will be out around halftime. Taylor awaiting another handoff. Right back up the middle. Through a tight squeeze. And Franklin Myers tackles him after a 6-yard pickup. Yeah, reminder to you guys that are newer to the channel itself, if you go to my community tab just before the beginning of a new sim week, I will always have a pick'em, little Google form for you to pick out there for the start of the week. Final play of the opening quarter. Richardson will snap it with 2. Drop back and fire this one toward the end zone. Wide open Josh Downs. Why not one more before the end of it? 28-point quarter. Third all-purpose touchdown for Anthony Richardson, and Indianapolis dominating on all cylinders. Wow. That was a beautiful throw. I agree. That was something special. Extra point here for Spencer Schrader. Been the man of the hour. First quarter comes to an end. It's the Colts 28, the Broncos 7 in the Battle of Stallions. Wow. That's the second passing touchdown. Had 1 rushing as well. That keeps, I guess, all purpose touchdowns in that. 28-7, that's probably a record for the opening quarter. Someone remind me, actually, if you remember, what the record for most points by a team in one game is. Last year it was between the Jets and Vikings. It was like 56 or something. Bailey on the return here for Denver. Just looking to protect the football as long as possible. What up, JDMS? AR, statistically the worst quarterback in the NFL. Must be an improbable day then for the Madden simulation in general. Whew. What happened to the safety? Who knows, man. 70 Miami, Denver. I mean, yeah. I'm talking about in my Madden sims, though. I think it's like 56 is the all-time record. Broncos once again trailing by 21. Opening play of the second quarter. Bo Nix going to find Devon Bailey with an opening first down. 14-yard gain up to the 42. Again, though, the Colts are just all about the acrobatics and the fireworks. The Broncos, while they do score, they take a while. They have got to fix that soon. Might be go time from about halftime. Bo Nix right back off the play action. Thought about scrambling. Instead, going to check it down to Ingram. He'll pick up 3. Saints put up 56. I think they put up something crazy like that. I think Carr had 6 passing touchdowns? Yeah, 4 touchdowns in one quarter, though, might be a record for the simulation history. Something Denver fans hope to forget as soon as possible. From the 45-yard line now, here's Bo Nix stepping up in the pocket. Quarterback spy was awaiting Jalen Carley's, I should say, giving Bo Nix absolute nightmares up front. Could be worse, could be a Browns fan. This guy gets it. This guy understands. Yeah, Santori was geeking after that game. He had every right to as well. Colt fans on their feet on a 3rd and 5. Bo Nix looking to pick out an open target or step up and do it himself once again. Sliding down inside the 40. Ball to the 38-yard line. 2 minutes into this one. Here for history, do we think we're getting to 60 points for a team today? I don't know. Nix under center, I formation handoff going left side to R.J. Harvey, and he is thrown backwards, catapulted at the 33. Taken down at the top of the screen there by Trevarius Ward, the former San Francisco 49er. Richardson throwing 4 picks in real life, he might. Madden's all about the variance. Harvey standing 7 yards behind the line here. Moving up front. No penalty, though. That was all Indianapolis. Low pass is hauled in by Troutman. He will move the chains up to the 27. Broncos again chipping away at the field. Colts are absolutely fine with this. Get the offense nice and rested. Maintain a couple touchdown lead and keep it going. Will Bo Nix take a deep shot here? Hasn't really thought about it since his interception. He'll check this one down again. You just feel like he's scared to throw the football right now. You get the sense that he's uncomfortable. doesn't think he has enough time for something to develop, and he is unsure about one-on-ones. He might get backpicked by his safety like it's the MLB. Nerve-wracking for sure for the second-year quarterback here for the Denver Broncos. Going up top, and that one's off a helmet of Javarius Ward. Incomplete. Couple of Broncos running into each other. Offensive miscommunication continues for Denver. Not been all Bo Nix's fault, to be fair. Blocking has not been good. Route running has been inefficient. Everyone's just off script here offensively. Broncos looking for their third down conversion already. And here's a screen pass, blown up and almost picked off again. And we'll see what Denver decides to do. They should probably go for it here. Not going to lie. But try to throw picks. I don't know, man. Might be one of those days for real. And they will settle. Will Lutz on for a 40-yard attempt. Trying to cut the deficit down to 18 on the way and through. 28-10. Field goal's worth nothing now. I guess the mindset is you get a stop. You get the little double dip. You know, if you go into halftime down by 11, even if you get a field goal to begin the second half, you're right back there within a score. But that's a lot of ifs and buts because Indianapolis has yet to be stopped offensively. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and 2 of those have been deep plays. Broncos have just got to be more conservative defensively and just defend a stout attack from this Indianapolis offense, who have great starting field position after a terrific return. Anthony Richardson, 5 of 5, 2 touchdowns, plus the rushing TD, 130 yards passing. That is outstanding. Madden loves versatile quarterbacks, that's for sure. Try to turn Bo Nix into that. Indy yet to be stopped this while against the defense. Yeah, 5 for 5 is crazy. How long will that continue? Anthony Richardson yet to throw an incompletion. How much longer will that last? Looking to escape the pocket. He is upended dangerously. There is Nick Benito. Making his presence felt. 2-yard loss in the play. That looked painful. Right to the left hip of Anthony Richardson. Never seen that kind of animation before. Appears to be okay, and we'll continue with a 2nd and 12. Yeah, Richardson had like the lowest completion percentage all year last year, but only thrown 5 passes, only a matter of time. Still no targets yet for Tyler Warren, the tight end. See if he'll find one here, although Richardson going deep. One-on-one coverage, incomplete. If that ball was out in front, Colts could have had another one. Josh Downs frying this defensive backfield right now. Devastating. There's your first incompletion. Denver looking still for their first stop on a 3rd and 12. After the first Richardson incompletion, there's another. Nick Benito right back to it. Huge arms up top with a pass deflection. Timed that one beautifully. And it's a 3-and-out for Indy. Denver did get Greenlaw. Yes, they did. Yeah, picked up Jade Brown's going to be huge at corner as well on the defensive end. Punt coming up here for Rigoberto Sanchez, the longtime Colt. It's a good one. Returnable, though, for Marvin Mims up to the 25. Bo Nix back to work. 5:24 left into the second quarter. Leontre, you got like a custom font or something like that? I thought my eyes were tripping for a minute. That's pretty cool. Broncos trying to climb a tall ladder. 75 yards to a 10-point game here. Starting out with a handoff to R.J. Harvey. Met immediately by this brigade of Colts defenders. We'll talk about now Kwity Paye, who had the scoop and score. Latu. Grover Stewart, DeForest Buckner. Jalen Carleys, who had the INT. Zaire Franklin, who had the strip. Sega Alubi, Javarius Ward, Jalen Jones, Kenny Moore, Nick Cross, and the former Viking Cam Bynum make up the starting 11 for the Colts defense. Handoff here is to McLaughlin up the middle, and he'll pick up a nice 7-yard pickup. Rigoberto just sounds like an adult film star. He does, doesn't he? He's been probably the longest tenured Colt that I could think of, at least. Maybe DeForest Buckner. Could be wrong. Third and short here for Denver. Says 3rd and 2. More like 3rd and 1. Handoff, though, will get the job done. No, it will not, though. R.J. Harvey short. Ruled short by officials. Brutal call there. I don't know. What a flash, Gordon. And they're going to challenge this one immediately. First challenge of the spot on the field. Doesn't happen too often. Usually officials correct themselves, and I think Denver should win this one. We'll see, though. Yes, they will. I was going to say, that's a terrifying spot. Officials going to overturn the call. Broncos drive continues at the 35. That is a bingo. That's the first time, I believe, ever we have seen an overturned spot of the ball challenge. Specific, but it's true. That's for sure. Into the final 4 minutes now of the second quarter. Handoff is to Harvey, and he is brought down at the line. No gain that time. Games for custody of Peyton Manning. Love it. Love it. Yeah, we've had a lot of firsts in this game. That's for sure. Didn't expect it coming into this one, but here we are. A whole lot of offense. If you like defense, stay tuned, though. Already a defensive score. Possibly more to come. Handoff down the middle. Swallowed whole by Cam Bynum. Safety getting down and dirty in the box. He'll pick up 2. Will R.J. Harvey. Not much more than that. Second half going to be a bagger for sure. At this rate, might see OT again. Marvin Mims and Javarius Ward in press coverage. Here's Bo Nix on a 3rd and 8. Spinning left, fires this one. Throwing on the run, deep down the field, knocked away, incomplete. Looking for Cortland Sutton, double coverage again. Indianapolis has had him covered all day long. No catches on 2 targets. Go for it. They might pin him and get a safety here. You never know. Jeremy Crawshaw on for the punt here for the Broncos as he will get this one away. End over end kick. Not his greatest work. Fair call at the 27-yard line. 2:48 to go here in the second quarter. What up, Lat? Jair a future Raven? He might be. You never know. He seems to be more of a locker room problem, but very good player still, I believe. You just got to give him some trust in your front office. Warren going to act as a blocker here. And the handoff going to Jonathan Taylor. Good tackle again by Nick Benito, starting to take over. Had the sack, the pass breakup, and there is a tackle after a 2-yard pickup as well. Jair still a free agent. Not yet, yeah. There you have it. See how long it takes for him to get signed. MPJ back in press coverage. A dangerous man to leave up top. Pass going down the middle, knocked away. A diving effort. Beautiful defense there. That was a thing of beauty. I think that was Jahdae Barrett, yeah. That is what they picked him up for. Huge play there from Denver. And again, their defense, just a minuscule amount of the frustration in this one. Richardson with the pocket crumbling, going downfield, busted coverage. Josh Downs getting free inside the 25. Anthony Richardson on the money will take us to the 2-minute warning. Indianapolis threatening once again, trailing by 18 or leading by 18. 28-10 at home at Open Roof Lucas Oil Stadium, the house that Peyton built. In a battle of the two teams he played for. Richardson from the 22. Down the middle he goes, nearly intercepted, and it should have been. Alex Singleton had both hands on that one. Colts break even. Still top 10 corner? I don't know. Corners have gone up a lot in talent. Not sure if he's top 10 anymore, but we'll see. AR5 fortunate to retain possession there. Nearly an interception, going right back to it. And there is the rookie Tyler Warren, a 19-yard pickup. Down to the 3-yard line. Moves the chains again. First and goal, Indianapolis. Colts probably want to take their time here. Don't want to score too quickly if it can be helped. Richardson, though, back of the end zone, way overshoots Alec Pierce. Never had a chance on it. There's PS2 for the first time today. Haven't called his name too much. He's working on the receiver out of Cincinnati, Alec Pierce, for the most of this one. Although at this point, move him anywhere else. You may as well. Broncos get a stop there. Force a second and goal. Richardson stepping to his right, stepping up, and stepping into the end zone. Fourth all-purpose touchdown, second rushing. It's just his day, and we are living through it. 34, about to be 35 first half points for Indianapolis, and any hope of a comeback might be slammed shut with that one. Colts going to go up a full 4 possessions. What up, Santorio? Yeah, man, I really don't know what to say. Chaotic. I think that's the only word that can describe this game. Extra point on the way for Spencer Schrader. Good snap, good hold, kick up and through. 35-10, minute 10 to go in the second quarter. Had one customer, 640 turned into 10, dang. Finally free from my slicer. There you go. I'll tell you what, though. There is still a slicer on the football field, and he's wearing number 5 in blue today. Anthony Richardson. 2 deep passing touchdowns, 2 rushing touchdowns. Colts have a scoop and score. And Bo Nix having a nightmare kind of day at QB1 for Denver. Nothing yet for Warren, just the 1 catch, I think, for 19 yards. Marvin Mims on the return, gets this one up to the 25-yard line. Not granted, very good forward progress there. Tried to fight around it. What up, JJJ? Madden glazing it too hard, I agree. Yeah, I think, he's a guy that could succeed, but it's a little too much for me. What up, Cassie? 35 points, no Warren touchdowns. Nope. Pittman Jr. and Josh Downs. 105 and all 3 timeouts here for Denver. You feel like they got to have a touchdown here as McLaughlin breaks the tackle up the sideline, gets out of bounds too. Good little drive starter there, pickup of 7. Stops the clock with 58 seconds to go. Well, I'm going to get the live poll out for you guys here in a minute, but holy cow, it's going to be lopsided. Unless we got some Broncos faith in chat, we will see. Bo Nix on a 2nd and 3, backpedaling, fires this one. Finally a catch for Sutton. That is his first of the game. 55 seconds left, timeout taken by Denver. All right, we're going to throw the poll out here now. If anybody wants to get an early start, feel free. Broncos don't double dip. It is night-night. You are correct. Score not realistic. Seems to be. Broncos down to 2 timeouts now. Bo Nix backpedaling, fires this one, completes it was rookie R.J. Harvey. Nearly a pickup of 10. Timeout number 2. 48 seconds left now in the second quarter. I could make like one of those kind of posts, one of those little polls where it's like how many do the Colts win by? Go by variables of 7. Seems to be that kind of day for Indianapolis. Getting ugly. Second down and about a foot here for Bo Nix. Denver down to their final timeout. No problem. There's Devon Vele pulling away inside the 10-yard line. And the Broncos poised to stay in this one. Got to hurry up to the line. They probably should have taken a timeout there to save all their hurry up. At this point, they need a touchdown. Field goal does them no good. Got to go here. Down to 15 seconds now. Bo Nix takes the snap with 12. On 1st and goal from the 7. Fires this one near side. It's hauled in by Ingram, but short at the 1-yard line. That's not good. I think they have one more opportunity here to get in the end zone. We will see. Would be massive, though, for the Colts to slam the door shut, if possible. 1 yard away from keeping things interesting. They will keep the offense out there. Shouldn't even bother bringing on the field goal unit down by 25. Bo Nix takes a low step, fires this one to the end zone, and he will convert to Marvin Mims. A terrific 1-minute drill. All right, Denver. Keeping this game a little bit interesting. Bo Nix gets his 2nd passing touchdown. Nice little ball there with 4 to go on the game clock. Lutz on for the extra point just before the break. And he is going to give us our 52nd point of the opening half. Not even at halftime. We are 48 minutes into stream. That is crazy. This might just end up being the longest stream in the entire history of the channel. See if the Colts have some special teams magic to give us here. Just before the break, if they are even given the opportunity. We'll see. 4 ticks of the clock. I think Anthony Richardson's got the arm to get it there from 70 yards away. Guess we'll find out. No return on the kickoff. Ball out to the 30. Colts, I'm sure, though, would be more than happy to just take any eye route, regardless of if it's Denny Penny's Broncos getting multiple pick sixes this game. That's a fair take. Fair shout, I must say. A lot of hope, actually, for Denver in the live poll right now. Very respectable. Richardson in victory formation. They are 20 minutes away, though, from victory. An 18-point lead at halftime, 35-17. They lead at home from the house that Peyton built at Lucas Oil Stadium. Broncos receive the second half kickoff. 10 back on the clock, and here we go. Colts might score 50-plus is likely. Yeah, I think we've had 50-plus scored, I want to say 3 times. I think it's the Chargers, the Saints, and the Jets have all done it. I want to say the Jets actually put up like 63 on Minnesota last year in London in my Madden sim. So, can't confirm that, but history could be made here today in week number 2. Devon Bailey opens up the second half with a return up to the 26-yard line. Would be nice if some points came from Warren. That is true. You came into this game, you're like, wow, that's a lot of points. I would have expected a lot bigger of a day for Warren, but nothing going yet. Broncos open up the second half with the football. Needing a touchdown at this point, an empty possession will probably end the game. Handoff goes for a yard to R.J. Harvey. Tackle made by Kenny Moore. Yeah, my PlayStation was cooked that game. That was the most chaotic day of all time. Not sure that'll ever be topped. Fullback checks in here on a 2nd and 9. Handoff up the middle to R.J. Harvey. Picks up 3 more. They don't have time to run the ball, though. In my opinion, Sire Franklin with the tackle. That was last year. I want to say it was like, it had to have been in late July because it was right when College Football 25 came out. I played that for like 8 hours, then tried to stream Madden, and my PlayStation was not having it. Colts trying to make another stop here on a 3rd and 6, a minute into the 3rd quarter. Bo Nix dropping back, stepping up in the pocket, going to take off and pick up the first down, lowering his shoulder. Showing some fight here is QB1 in Denver. Moves the chains to the 37. Bucks for a big 28-0 or something like that. So, yeah, Buka got behind the D for like 10 yards. That's crazy. Broncos drive remains alive. Left side handoff to R.J. Harvey. Got a half-decent block, but it was never enough. Good pursuit and a loss of 2. 80-yard touchdown strike, 3 seconds left. First play of the drive. Sheesh. Bo Nix trying to lock in some of that here, if possible. Colts would be the team to choke this away. No more Matt Ryan, though. These fans have gotten no quieter, despite a larger cushion throughout this one. Bo Nix steps into a throw, finds his man on the sideline. Evan Ingram picks up 9. Able to dive forward, make this a shorter 3rd down. Coming up for the Broncos. Even a field goal brings them back within 2 possessions here, which is the intriguing part. So you really can't call this game over unless they don't score here. Should be 4-down territory for the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix barking out orders to the big fellas up front. Quick pass outside, caught by Mims, and the drive continues up to midfield. Madden commentators were beside themselves. I'm sure they really weren't. Not in this video game. Smell the Broncos touchdown and an AR pick. SM just smelling what he wants to smell at this point, I'm convinced. I respect it, though. Denver back to the stripe. And the handoff goes to Harvey. Got great blocking. Couldn't make up his mind, though. And Zaire Franklin jumping all over that one. No gain for the rookie. He's going to have to learn. And learn quick. Got to make up your mind. That you do. Brings up a 2nd and 10 now. With a handoff right back to the back. This is McLaughlin. He'll pick up 2 this time. Yeah, you got to stop running the ball. You're only hurting yourself if you're Denver. You're not even a run-first offense. You got Bo Nix back there, man. What are you doing? I don't even know, man. Tough watch, that's for sure. Will Bo Nix pick out the speedster? Marvin Mims up top. Instead, he's going down the field, nearly intercepted, intended for Vele. Kenny Moore almost picked it off. I mean, you got to go for it, right? I don't know what more Denver can do, but go. They're going to punt. They're going to try to find a way defensively. Crawshaw on for the punt once again. Try to pin the Colts inside their own 20-yard line. Half decent punt, though, out at the 14. Should have been picked. They may as well have given him the interception. That punt does the job. Colts take over. And we're already starting to get night-nights. JT time, you are correct. Not a lot of hope left for Sansorio in the fantasy this week. Rushes to come for sure. Between Richardson and Taylor in the backfield. Handoff goes to number 28. Immediately met there at the line of scrimmage. Good tackle made by Zach Allen, breaking down the Bronco defense. You got Allen and Franklin Myers at the defensive end. DJ Jones, Malcolm Roach at D-tackle. Nick Benito, Alex Singleton, Dre Greenlaw, Jonathan Cooper. At linebacker, Pat Surtain, Riley Moss, Jade Barron. Brandon Jones, Talanoa Hafunga. Coming over from San Francisco. Makes up the starting 11 for the Broncos defense. Anthony Richardson right back to testing him here. On the check down, picks up 3. He's over 200 passing. Sean Payton would never punt there. True, he probably would have ran the ball in like 4th and 8. Sounds about right. Midway point now of the 3rd quarter. Broncos are running out of time. Been that way the entirety of this game, it feels like. Down 21 as early as they were. Colts came out and just delivered a message to the NFL. They are legit this season. Richardson stepping up on a 3rd and 7, and he is going to spin free, inches short. Nearly got there on the dive. That spot, though, can't confirm. He is going to stand. As it should. 19 people in chat, by the way. Appreciate all the love in the live. Drop a like if you have not yet already for this offensive shootout. Been a heck of a game. Rigoberto Sanchez back on for the punt. Getting this one away with the right leg. And a return is inbound here for Marvin Mims, breaking this one across the 40 to the 41-yard line. So the Denver defense has woken up here. They have done pretty well given the circumstances, giving up 21 legit points. You figure Bo Nix gave up the scoop and score, really gave up the interception too. It's going to have to be the Broncos defense that forces a turnover. Got to be the offense of Denver, though, that gets them in the right direction to start things off. Indy going for IRL there, I don't know, from their own 25. Broncos force the 3 and out. Back to it off the RPO to Marvin Mims, and he is immediately met by Javarius Ward. Good tackle made out in front. $70-30 in the live poll right now in favor of Indy, as I would expect. Nix makes an adjustment at the line of scrimmage here. Little left side pitch going to R.J. Harvey. Got good blocking initially. Nothing happening downfield, though. This Colts defense is ready for any rush that is thrown at them. NFL should ban the punt too. Too many cowards. I like it. I like it. It's like that Young Sheldon episode. Statistically, all right, punt the ball. Broncos on a 3rd and 3. Bo Nix off the play action. Checking this one down. It is complete to Evan Ingram. Drive continues up to the 46. Again, though, down to the last 3 minutes of the 3rd quarter. This quarter flying by. Lots of checkdowns and rushes, mostly from Denver. Can't point the pick him. That'd be generous, wouldn't it? Broncos on the cusp of field goal range would bring it back within 2 scores. They, however, looking for a touchdown. R.J. Harvey almost pulled away after a 4-yard gain. Yeah, not going to be a lot of happy campers for this pick'em. Let me tell you, 75% on Denver in the pregame poll. Going to be devastating for the vast majority. Denver just doesn't seem to take care of their time here. That has been the biggest issue offensively. Here's Mims up the sideline, though. Looking to break inside the red zone, which he does. And out of bounds as well, looks like, to the 17-yard line. Pick Colts here, fine. There you go. Picked some pretty good upsets this week, I will say, Santori. Titans, Saints, and now this. Looking good for you. Denver trying to get into the end zone as soon as possible. Pressure picked up, fired pass down low. Incomplete. Evan Ingram went for the one-handed catch. Can't bind him. Breaks that one up. No mod stream bingo? You might be right. Holy cow. Didn't even realize. I've had a whole lot of non-moderators in here today, though. We'll say that. This time it is Audric Estime, it looks like, in the backfield. Actually, scratch that. That is McLaughlin. Here's Cortland Sutton. Pick it up 6 more to the 11-yard line. Saints was the homer pick. Didn't have the Titans. Oh, I thought you had Tennessee. Thought you said they were looking for a miracle. Gave you too much credit, I suppose. Should have taken it and ran. 3rd and 4 from the 11-yard line now. Bo Nix trying to pick out an open target. Backcourt of the end zone. Overshoots his man. Incomplete. What do the Broncos do here? I think they could kick. They might not, though, because they might not get back to this part of the field 2 times, you know. Could be the mindset. And they will kick. 20-yarder here. Will Lutz on to cut this one down to a 2-score game. It is up and good. 35-20. Hit about stolen valor. Fair enough. What's more respected, a conservative coach who wins a lot or a ballsy coach who only ever converts on his risks when it matters most? I like the conservative coach, because here's the thing. Always thought about this, you know. Being the most conservative coach in the NFL time and time again. Punting on 4th and 1 from the 45-yard line. You know, just doing stupid conservative stuff. Stuff that, like, you know, more often than not is not going to work for you. And then, like, up by 3 points to the Super Bowl, faking a punt to win the game. That'd be cool. Colts back to it. Their smallest lead, actually, since the first quarter. Hard to believe, but it's true. 35-20. Richardson and Taylor looking to put this game to bed with a couple of scoring drives here. Doesn't even have to be more than just a field goal at this point. Now, 15 points in 11 minutes and 5 seconds. Not ridiculous at all. Not one bit. 6 people believed in him in the live poll before halftime. Their deficit was even larger. 25 points at that point. Denver now on a 10-0 run. Richardson, a little sidearm pass down the field in the breadbasket of Taylor. What a toss from Anthony Richardson. Wow. More traffic there than I-60. And he found the express lane to his running back. Warren and Mo Alley Coxon. It's a block for Jonathan Taylor. Pulling away left side. Mean stiff arm and a 9-yard pickup. They will give him the first down, actually. Up to the 44. Whoa. How about that? That is crazy. Richardson now from the gun at the 44 of Denver. Quick fire left side. Brutal hit out in front. Mo Alley Cox paid the price for that reception. Huge hit from Brandon Jones, which will take us to the end of the 4th quarter. It is the Colts 35, the Broncos 20. Denver holding on for dear life here on the road. Winner the 2-0 in the AFC. Flipping sides of the field for the final time here in the fourth quarter. Richardson right back deep downfield, and he connects with Alec Pierce. Colts into field goal range. At this point, they should run the football 3 times, kick it, and walk away with their win. Guess against every single bit of my logic brain, I have to consider AR for fantasy next week. I suppose you do. That's the truth. Jonathan Taylor expecting a handoff here, but Richardson wanting more, stepping up in the pocket, taking off, doing it himself, inside the 20, inside the 10, angling toward the end zone, taken down at the 3. Thought for sure he was going to slide at some point. Not an ounce of conservatism in AR5 today. Why not? Looking for his 5th all-purpose touchdown of the afternoon. The rookie Tyler Warren, the only target up top. Well, the handoff goes to Taylor. He will break the plane and break the hearts of Denver Bronco fans with the touchdown. That is the dagger right there. Colts eclipse 40 at home. 28 in the first quarter. Slowly but surely, they hit 41, soon to be 42. Colts' next opponent, good question. Have not looked yet very much into the Week 3 schedule. Let me take a peek, though. Indy plays Tennessee in Tennessee. They are 1.5-point underdogs for that one. Sure that won't last, though. We will see. Extra point coming up here for Spencer Schrader. Knocks this one up and through. 42-20. And we are watching intently now for fantasy purposes. Ending the poll here. 15-7. The vote in favor of Indianapolis. Should have been a lot higher, in my opinion. You can't win them all, though. Big play. Big game for AR5. Just been dicing up this defense like nobody else. How on earth did they score so much and give Santorio no love for fantasy? That's probably the most bizarre thing about this whole game. No love for Tyler Warren. Broncos now with a couple of potential garbage time drives here. Barring an absolute miracle from Bo Nix. We'll see if that'll happen. Broncos trail by 22 points. This is the position their opponent was in last week. 35-10 was the lead at one point for Denver. Finished 35-17, little home victory there for them. Seems like they are imminently going to fall to 500 after a loss on the road. Bo Nix rolling left again, stepping up into pressure. He is sacked. There is Leitzu with a 7-yard takedown. Anthony Richardson watching an absolute delight. If I had the authority, I'd put Daniel Jones in the game. Not even lying. What up, Eric Gilliam? Just found out there was going to be multiple scoreboards for Madden 26. That's exciting. 2nd and 17. 3-step drop this time for Bo Nix. Off his back foot, deep downfield, and some busted coverage. Devon Vele pulls free. Up to the 32. Cam Bynum takes him down with 8 to go in the fourth quarter. All right. Yeah, I'll have to test that out, though. Hopefully that's not, like, PC exclusive. Madden 26 adding some customization for the sim enjoyers out there. Not a whole lot of us. Nix at the 32 on a 1st and 10. Steps into this one, back of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Front corner, I should have said. Cortland Sutton again. Just been hospitalized time and time again with these passes, in theory. .742 to go. That was not the back of the end zone. You're correct. Thought it was angling there. Didn't have enough there underneath of it. Some pre-snap movement. Evan Ingram, the tight end, lines up at the top. Cortland Sutton in the slot. Football, though, goes to Devon Vele. Little 4-yard check down. Now we just need the field goal angle to be behind the uprights. That is the final thing I'm asking for. It ain't much, I promise. 3rd and a half dozen. 7:10 to go in the fourth quarter. Bo Nix running for his life, and this time he finds life inside the red zone. having himself a nice little rushing day. 14-yard pickup. Under 7 to go here. Denver touchdown and a 2-point conversion, we would assume. Could make this a 14-point game with about 6 to go. In all 3 Denver timeouts. Still would need a miracle, though. Never an ounce of comfortability for Indy after blowing a 33-point lead in 2022. 3-yard check down is all in. Broncos wasting their own time at this point. Home Madden 26 makes hair poking through hats and helmets a permanent feature at this point. It is by default. You have no other option. You got to deal with it. Another run-heavy formation for Denver. Can't afford to run the football too much more here, although R.J. Harvey picks up the first down to the 3-yard line. You ever seen the off the upright and in guy? I don't think I have. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Sounds enticing, though. Got to give it that much. Broncos on 1st and goal. Looking to keep the fans here on the edge of their seat. Handoff is to McLaughlin, and he is upended by Cam Bynum at the 1-yard line. Face mask in the turf and all. Slow to get up. More time ticking away for the Broncos, who will probably at this point attempt multiple onside kicks. Second and goal now at the 1-yard line. Bo Nix, little quick pass caught by Evan Ingram. And the Broncos back within 2 scores. All right, will they go for 2? Saddest remember to flash stats reminder ever. No, you're good. It might be another half hour at this rate. This game is going by awfully slowly. I don't mind it, though. See what happens here. Denver going for 2, looking to make this a 14-point game. Midway through the 4th quarter, check down, caught by Ingram, and he squeezes into the end zone for the Octopus. Check that off your bingo card. Second time that's happened this season. That's exciting. Hope they have better clock management in Madden 26. Me too. College football game, kick was wide to the right. Announcer, oh. I have seen that, yeah. I now know what you're referring to. Yeah, that's something. 2 octopuses in 1 week. Is that like an octopi? Is that a word? 2 octopuses in 1 game? Might be an octopi. Might have to make that an official trademarked vocabulary word there for the NFL. Wow, no onside kick here. Kind of surprised, but okay. Octopodes. Nice. Colts on the return. And they will get this out to the 25-yard line. 5:04 to go. Anthony Richardson back to it. Thought all last year the Broncos wide receivers weren't that good. They kept proving me wrong all last year, but Madden, it appears to be true. Yeah, Marvin Mims, I think, is actually one of the better underrated wide receivers in the NFL. That game against Cincinnati really solidified that statement, too. Colts a handful of first downs away from putting this one away. Richardson going to find his tight end, Warren, who will pick up 2 there. Some pity fantasy points for somebody in chat. Broncos, though, with the stop here. Again, don't go anywhere. This is Madden football, after all. We are 1 turnover away from chaos at Lucas Oil Stadium. You just never know when a game like this is over. Handoff is to Taylor, breaking it right side, finds the seam. There goes Taylor, picking up 16. Looking again to wipe out any hope. Had the touchdown earlier, which we thought would be the dagger. Slash to the octopi. There you go. There you have it. Another first down for Indianapolis. 4 to go now. Handoff right back to Taylor. He is hit hard, and the fans not very happy about that one. Good tackle made again by Brandon Jones. 2-yard pickup. Watch this fumble. Denver going to be punching. That's for sure. Richardson from the empty here. A little bit surprising. Bunch formation right, 2 receivers left. He'll fire this one. Top of the screen. Hauled in by Taylor. Why should I be surprised? It's Anthony Richardson, for goodness sake. balling out in week number 2. Trying to help me cultivate catchphrases. I appreciate your dedication. Dedication to the cause is real. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. 5-step drop, but a pass downfield nearly intercepted, but Tyler Warren steps in front, makes himself a human shield, picks up a half dozen. How about that? I like it. Play clock is ticking down here. Broncos are running out of time. Indianapolis slowly getting toward field goal range, although knocked out of it here with a 4-yard CFL. Jonathan Taylor heading in the wrong direction, and the Colts will have to snap it one more time here before the 2-minute warning. Broncos going to be able to hang on to those timeouts, at least until the other side of things. We'll see what happens here. Huge play for the Colts, more specifically this Denver defense. 2 on the play clock. Ball is finally snapped. Richardson fires this one complete, and a first down again to Taylor. Out of bounds, stops the clock, but that should really just about do it. Denver might challenge this, actually. See how close he was. Oh, I don't know about that left foot. Officials give it to him. And this will be the final play before the 2-minute warning. Handoff is to Taylor. Once again, finds a crease, finds the red zone as well at the 15-yard line. 18-yard pickup. Indy's been nearly flawless. They really have been, man. These 3rd down conversions have been beautiful. Didn't break any scoring records today. Didn't even eclipse the top 3. But you know what? Domination from the get-go. What a game. Broncos don't seem to be reaching for any timeouts anytime soon. And as I say that, they take their first. On a 1-yard CFL from Zach Allen. Colt fans eating it up a jet. Hope for those hitting the exit early, you got to go check out the Seahawks-Steelers highlight video. Aaron Rodgers' debut. Absolute pawn of a game that was. Holy moly. Overtime football. And the new OT rules introduced as well. What a game. 2nd and 11. And off right back to Jonathan Taylor. Taken down there by Hufanga at the 13. It's getting ugly for the Broncos. Been ugly all game, truthfully. Kind of hoping the Colts just get the first down here and not the end zone. This game has been decided since about the first quarter. Broncos had a couple of chances. Brought it back within 2 scores a few times. Still within 2 scores here. If Richardson isn't careful, although he's going to step up, doing himself. Got the first down. Got the touchdown. Number 5 for Anthony Richardson. Too easy. All too easy. Anthony Richardson. 3rd rushing. 5th all-purpose. They will hit 49. Well, there you go, Flash Gordon. Score is inflated a little bit more. Extra point for Spencer Schrader. He is 7 for 7. Domination from the Indianapolis Colts. What they have there? 3 third down conversions? Something along those lines. Very close to at the bare minimum. All right, Denver. Here we go. Take some pride in this one. Seriously, though, Flash Warren's stats. Too much Indy offense to go back through the sim. You are correct, yeah. Can't forget about that. Way too much game. I think he's got about 4 catches. Give or take. Marvin Mims on the return. Still no special teams touchdowns this season. We'll have to wait likely until next week. Or the next game, at least, between the Eagles and Chiefs. Super Bowl rematch tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Won't want to miss it from Arrowhead Stadium. Chiefs 0-1, losing in Brazil to Los Angeles, and the Eagles get the job done on a last-second sack. 6-sack performance from that defense 17-13 win over Dallas. Time to take some pride in football. Bo Nix with a garbage time drive, starting out with a Marvin Mims 10-yard completion. Pick six time? I hope not. Hopefully we're done with that. I want to see some inbounds tackles made and no timeouts taken. Broncos going to have to go back to the drawing board and big time. That pass dropped incomplete. Savon Bailey could not hang on. $1:13 left. Well, hopefully tomorrow's game is a little bit more intriguing. Can't make any promises, but we'll see what happens. Bailey cannot haul that one in. 2nd and 10. At the 37-yard line, 5-step drop again for Bo Nix, who will fire this one deep down the sideline, knocked away. Incomplete. Nick Cross with his name called for the first time today. Been a while since we have talked about the safety. Making a name for himself in Indianapolis. Solid guy to have in your defensive backfield. Sure, Kelsey will score 5 touchdowns. I need what, 1 catch? 3rd and a 10-yard conversion possibility. Nix is obliterated. Let down hard. Not his brightest day. Not the Broncos' offense's brightest day. 4th and 10 upcoming. Well, here you have it. Could be our final legitimate play of the game. 4th and 10. Bo Nix stepping right. Heaving this one with all of his might deep down the middle of the field. Broken coverage, but a short ball winds up an incompletion. Zaire Franklin ran that entire route with Marvin Mims. A couple steps behind. Actually, it was Nick Cross, wasn't it? Yes, it was. The safety. Knocked that one down. Less than half a point. Okay. Seen a Madden 26 gameplay. Watching it right now. I hope it's good. I've seen a little bit of it in the Madden trailer, but I'll look more into the actual gameplay as soon as possible. Denver down by so much that Madden won't even let them call timeouts at this point. Thank goodness. We can get up and out of here. Madden likes the Colts over the Broncos. Interesting. Very interesting. I would agree. This should be our final play here. Richardson takes the snap with 2. Handoff is to Taylor. He'll pick up a yard and take us to the end of this one. Yucky, yucky game for Bronco fans. Time is going to run out, and the Indianapolis Colts are 2-0. The homestand goes to perfection, 49-28 victory over the Denver Broncos. Oh, we didn't get a mindless stream. What up, Chili? Just in time. It is what it is. Here are your player stats real quick before I forget. Got to go find Warren somewhere. 3 catches, 27 yards. No love for the big tight end. Well, that was a blowout. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, though. And we'll see you tomorrow.